everybody, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project, and Michelle's showing off again. A lot going on here at the homestead. First, let me show you what's going on over here behind me. It's sunny, so I've got batteries charging. The portable solar battery charging station. You can find that on my electronics channel. Here, I'm going to have to trim that tree again. It always bushes out and shades my panels, which is very bad. Michelle wants me to point out the beautiful creeping phlox that we have here. Very, very pretty. They seem to be pretty tough and cold hardy too, because we had a frost last night, 30 degrees. We had to cover a lot of plants, but these we did not. So let's walk around the fence line. She wants me to show you this patch too. Oh look, a snake. It's supposed to be keeping chipmunks away. That's rubber. Not much yet growing here. I don't know what all survived the winter. These we put in recently. I forgot what they're called, but we got to replant. We have to wait. The peppermint comes really late, so we'll see if it comes. I transplanted some phlox from the cabin and saved it from being mowed over. So these are little pink flowers. I hope they'll transplant well.
Look at these little flowers.
Oh yeah, natural wildflowers. They're tiny. So
Look at these.
These come up in the grass and they spread throughout the whole yard, and we save them. Now over here, I experimented with my homemade lumber. This was the some poplar that we brought home for free on that big trailer, and it was a 6-foot log, and Melanie and I rolled it over and got it on the mill. And I sawed out some 3/4 inch by 3 inch lumber, and I just put them up there to see how it looks and get an idea. And the spacing is a little bit off here from what it is up here, only because I had to work around the rails on the fence line because of where they are. Those line up based on the holes in the metal posts. So I'm probably going to put another slat down below. I just went over in the workshop. Oh, I put gravel in around the fence posts instead of cement. Now this is crushed limestone type gravel. It turns into almost like cement, and it's going to settle, and as it settles I'll add more. So as the wind shifts it or whatever. Right now there's no stress on these, but I'm going to tie these in to the fence posts on the big fence. So I'm going to come across from there to here and from there to here and have strong supports and also something we can hang things from. So it'll be multi-purpose. Well, anyway, I went over and I cut some more of my homemade lumber. Having a sawmill on a homestead is a really important and valuable tool, because anything I need I can just make. Oh, there's a 2x3 up there, by the way, that I just put up on the top to keep them stable. And I'm not sure yet, I may put an upright, but Melanie said no. So these boards being open to the sun, beating on them, may warp and bend with time. But once the roses are covering them, I don't think it's going to matter. And when they're dry, we may paint them white. I have to figure out how I want that based on if it'll clash with the fencing. Anyway, I'm going to get this on, but let me show you something I did the other day. A lot of summaries here. The weekend went by and we were working fast and hard, and I just wanted to knock things out to get it done. We brought the log splitter up front and we processed a whole pile of wood that Chris and I had brought home before we both wore out last year, a little over a year ago. It was November, a year ago November. So that's nice to have that all cleared up from in front of my wood shop. And Michelle and I today are probably going to rake this up and take it over to the orchard as mulch. Now over here, some of the logs that Chris and I brought in. No, these are the ones that Melanie and I brought in. This pile here. I am sawing out what I don't want to save, anything crooked. And anything straighter, I'm going to have to run a metal detector on them. This one absolutely has metal fence posts in it, so I don't know I'll probably debark it and have a look and hit it with the metal detector to be sure. The guy that gave them to us said that was the only metal ever in it, but you just can't know. But these are all mostly oak, and I just want to see what I can run on the mill and get some lumber. There's some mixed pine, and here is the risk that you have. There is absolutely metal in some of these, and boy, it's just a risk. It's a big risk. I don't know if I want to try to turn them into lumber or just cut them for firewood because of the risk of hitting metal with the sawmill. It's scary. So I'm gonna go over them with a metal detector, debark them, detect them, and see what I can figure out. We got more logs. That was before I got injured. We were hauling this stuff in. This was a pile that Chris and I did. I just processed that yesterday, and I got a few more logs that Melanie and I brought in. So now that I've got a decent working sawmill, we'll start sawing this stuff out and getting it out of here. So this is a little bit tricky for me. Clamp it on as well as I can alone, and I come over here and I level it, and I can screw it in. What do you think, Michelle? Is it looking good?
I think it looking good.
Good, thank you.
Looks good.
Good. We're gonna enjoy this year.
Yep.
Sitting on a bench, under the flowers.
How long is it?
Huh?
Daddy, how can we be under the flowers?
They're gonna grow up over us. They're gonna grow all the way up and over and around.
But why is there yellow? But why is there yellow?
Well, because they're young, like you. You're gonna grow up.
And Daddy,
Hmm?
and why the roses are still not big?
Because they're little.
Why?
They're young.
They're like me.
Just like you.
Daddy, this looks like a perfect window for me.
Yeah, it is. You'll be playing around here for hours and days and weeks. And I'm sure you're gonna love it. Yeah.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, you're funny.
I see you.
So that's gonna tie that in. Right.
Peekaboo, I see you.
You're funny.
What are those nails for?
There we go.
What are those bites?
What?
What are those bites?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those bites and the roses.
No, they were cut off.
From what?
They were trimmed so they grow better.
Why they were trimmed?
I'm not sure why that works, but it does.
Daddy,
Well, that's it for that project for now, guys.
What is that? What is that?
I got it cut some more lumber and work out an arch overhead, and I want to use poplar that I brought in on the trailer. So I'm going to have to give that some thinking about how I want to do the top, how I want to make the arch, and I'm going to have to saw it out. So that's it for today. But you can see we got to start. I'm going to resaw for the bottom. I've got a bunch of 1x3s still. I'm going to resaw a couple pieces and get them down on there later on. Might get them up yet today. We'll see how it goes. And then the bench, the two benches, I'm not sure if I want to make that out of the same wood or not. Poplar's okay, but I want the benches to have storage underneath. That'll be pretty cool. Anyway, see what comes next. Hi, Michelle. Hey guys, I've run a straight line here, and I'm putting in metal fence posts along the edge to close off my orchard from the birds and the critters and everything else. So I hope to get these all in yet tonight. What I'm doing is using a post hole digger, and then I'm filling it with gravel. That's the same gravel I used up by the rose arbor. And we're gonna have a fence up here. I don't know how long it'll take once I start, but I still have to saw out the 2x4s for in between. So this will be the same fence as our garden on the other side, and I can get some decorative caps for these or put some solar lights on them or something. I think it'll be pretty. So let's get a hole in there. So first I have to measure 8 feet, just short of 8 feet. I'm doing 92 inches. So no matter what I use, whether it's proper dimensional lumber in the future for repairs or my own lumber, I'm going to stay with an 8-foot standard spacing. So I'm thinking ahead. You know, I could saw my lumber out longer, but I'm going to stay within the standard dimensions. So I'm putting them about 92 inches, and that gives me room for the overlap on both sides. So now I put a little scoop of gravel in the bottom. Gives the pole something to rest on. Hopefully prevent sinking. Not optimum, but I tap it a little bit. Hopefully to prevent that from sinking with time. And then backfill the hole. Now with time that'll settle in and compact and become stronger and stronger. Now I'm going to come back and level these out later and then tamp them down really well. Right now my goal is to get all these posts in this evening, so that the next step will be quick and easy, putting up the boards. Now I got a 4-foot gate. I left space for a 4x4 on each side. And 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of fence can go up now. And the gate. I should be able to quickly get these in. So what I have is a series of pieces of chicken wire and fencing put up to prevent the rabbits and chickens from getting into my berries and my herbs. Now, a lot of people are asking me and saying, you know, many sarcastically, well, don't rabbits just dig under? Well, actually, no. They're very lazy grazers out here so far. And they go around my fences because, I mean, they got the whole rest of the property open to themselves and the whole world out there. So far, they haven't dug under. They were eating my berries back here. They felt very safe and secure on the backside of this hill, and they mowed them all down. And I put this fence up, and they haven't come in again. Now, eventually, we'll have the entire property rabbit-proofed as well. But for now, we're just getting the inside done and stopping the birds from and the rabbits from getting our gardens, and then we'll work on the outside sections. The birds can't get out, but rabbits are digging under the fence line and getting through little gaps and holes. Where they see an opening, they'll widen it. But where they don't, they'll just go around. At least that's my experience so far. Anyway, I'm gonna get these posts in yet tonight. Now, I'm going to have 4x4s on the inside of each of them, or 2x4s, I'm not sure. But I'll have a proper gate here, fenced in. Built a proper swinging gate out of wood. And then to secure the fencing to the posts, I'm going to experiment with a plumber strap and screws going into the 2x4s and see if that'll hold tight enough. I may have to put some kind of an offset on the bottom to hold it up. I'm not sure, but I'll experiment and see how it goes. Well, I've got a fence line. I've got pretty much most of my orchard. I'm going to come over one more this way, 1 or 2 more. I'm out of gravel. So for now I'm going to extend with, well, this is going to be the wood fence. All along here will be wood. And then I'll be able to take up all the rolled wire fencing and run it down the sides until I can get more gravel and finish it all properly. And here's a gate big enough to comfortably go through with a wheelbarrow. Maybe a tight squeeze with the lawnmower and garden tractor or trailer. And then on over here, around and past my berries to the corner. So now I can start putting it all together. I'm thinking also, I don't know what it's called, pipe clamps or pipe, whatever you call it, goes around the pipe and screws into a wall. I'm going to measure these pipes and see if I can find the hardware. I don't know how expensive it'll be either, but to have that go around each pipe into the 2x4 and secure it ultra tight would be the best way to go on this front fence line. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. It's been a long day and the shadows are getting long. I'm sure dinner's got to be ready soon. Please like this video. It's been a great day in the homestead. Subscribe if you haven't. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring here at the homestead. It's Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Talk to you later.